Armor weight is requiring the suspension to display. I don't know what you're talking about, David. Have you had your eyes tested recently? I'm incredibly well armoured here. Look at this. Stygian soldier helm. Stygian soldier pieces, perfected heavy sabatons, crafted with a shield, right? Look at this huge amount of resistance I have here. Goodness me, time to get the old eyes checked. Yes. Gaslighting is what we do here. Today I was brave enough to go into the unnamed city on my solar plate and kill 10 dragon hatchlings for the dragon horn to upgrade my tome. Okay, sweet. Excellent. Good for you. I believe in you, Halimir. Always a fan of more Sipta. Yeah, more Sipta stuff is great, isn't it? I mean, we only have 2 maps, you know, and people constantly are buying Sipta, I guess, and, you know, discovering it. And some people have been playing on it for a long time, so anytime you can add anything new to that, that's awesome. Quite correct, obviously, absolutely. I mean, everything I say is true. Look at those huge resistances. Yes, she's incredibly resistant, yes. So there you go. Anyway, so what are we doing today? So there's a lot of kind of changes in the new patch. Ooh, Hoken, thank you so much for this sub. Welcome in. Thank you for using a prime here. Thank you, thank you. Hello from Brazil. Hello, how do I say that? Furpa. Thank you for the hello. So there's a bunch of changes, a bunch of things added to the game in the new patch. We're on the beta here currently. We have talked about the Sacred Hunt. We talked about some known issues. We talked about fatalities. We had a little go at the follower overhaul. I haven't been on Sipta yet. We'll do that soon. Maybe like early next week I'll kind of go on Sipta and test out those fortresses. That's great. More things for me to test out. I haven't tried out the ballista yet. I'd like to give that a go. Had a bit of a play around with the new inventory management overhaul. If you want to see like the full breakdown of the patch notes, I do have a VOD on the YouTube channel, and the very beginning of, if you don't want to watch the whole VOD, I know a lot of you are like, I don't have time to watch like 4 hours. The very beginning of the VOD is me going through the patch notes and giving my reaction to it. I had seen a preview of the beta before they did the dev stream, so I knew a little bit about it. And I kind of give you my thoughts about that. So there you go. I'm not going to go through all the patch notes today. Obviously, we can't do that every single day. But if you want to look that up, you can do. Yes. And we talked about some bug fixes, blah, blah, blah. Item fixes. Yes. So in addition to all that stuff, they have, how do I say this? Not reworked. Well, I guess reworked the Purge. They've updated the new Purge with some new encounters. So now there will be new rounds of the Purge, waves of the Purge, starting from level 9 and up to 10. And they will include thieves, champions, golems, and starcallers. Thieves who can be invisible and will break your, unlock your door and walk into it to steal your coffer, to steal a treasure. Champions who have an entourage that will kind of march to your base and will be higher level. Golems with exploding jar heads, which is terrifying. So they explode when they die, those types of golems. And there is a chance for a Starcaller wave, which is where some sorcerer will summon a meteor shower upon your base and rain down star metal and other types of meteors, apparently, which I'm interested to find out about. I do believe, I'm interested to know, let me know in the chat, have you had this, have you managed to summon this type of purge? You managed to get this type of purge? I'm interested to see how much damage it does to bases. And this is what I want to test today, basically, the new purge encounters. Oh, that's my coffer, friendo. Shush, friendo. Excellent. So, yeah, these encounters are aimed at higher difficulty purges and offer new ways to counter your defences. Good luck. Purges above difficulty 9 no longer have prisoner waves, okay, which is the very, very easy kind of like purge situation, wasn't it? Yes, so I am kind of spec'd the way I usually am for purges and the Siege of El Moriah. Ignore this appearance. This is the bestial regalia, by the way, this top that you see, the cape. Very heavy armour, obviously displayed here. This is the bestial regalia, which you can buy from the trader at... over here. I will show you very briefly at the new trader, which is behind the entrance to the Midnight Grove dungeon. So here on the map, there's a new 2 traders, or there's a lawgiver here, and then there's a trader over here, and you can buy...
Lovely weather for a hunt.
Yes, sir. you can buy the recipe or the schematic for the bestial regalia, which is 1,000 of these gnarled teeth, gnarled fangs. You get those from ambushes. You get ambushed now at night by solo werewolves on the map. They don't give you very many teeth, maybe about 10. And there are some mini bosses which we have tested and played through. You can watch my previous kind of VODs or whatever if you want to see those. And they give you, there are some mini bosses and they give you a lot more teeth, and then a bigger boss who gives you a lot more teeth. So you can buy this bestial regalia and be incredibly well covered up for the winter, as my character is. The rest of the armour, which is transmogged, is the Voidforged Dragon armour from the Isle of Sipta. My character has earrings transmogged. I transmogged everything using the Thaumaturgy bench through sorcery because there are no mods on this beta, obviously. But I am wearing Stygian Soldier armour, all these pieces, and Perfected Heavy Sabatons, crafted with a shield right to give extra armour value, and then applied an armour reduction kit to each of them so that we get a lighter weight. These boots give 5% strength weapon damage and 5% agility, and then everything else is agility buffing 5%. There you go. So there you go. But it's heavy armour. We will need heavy armour for these purges and whatnot. And this is how I generally like to kind of dress for the Siege of El Moriah and for purges, because I like to do things solo, so I like to be kind of tanky. I also like to be very agile, so I have max agility. You can see I've chosen precision strike and rolling thrust as my kind of extra perks. I have max vitality, and I've chosen resurgence and glutton for punishment on that, and then 3 perks in grit, which will give me more armor value, and from like both tenacity and from stout. And then I have defensive posture, incoming damage reduced by 15% while attacking or blocking. And yes, I don't have my final perk here because I'm going to be hit by multiple enemies constantly. Then I don't find Steel Theud to be particularly helpful. Steel Theud, which is one of my favourite perks, I really like if I'm fighting the arena champion or big bosses that hit very hard in a single hit, where your armour is kind of negated almost. So yeah, Steel Theud gives you 33%. What does it mean? It means a boss has to hit you at least 3 times to kill you. So yeah, that isn't very helpful with purges, and it isn't very helpful with Siege of El Moriah, unless you're like right at the final boss at the Siege of El Moriah, in which case you're not going to go home and respec in between waves or whatever. And then the first perk in expertise, begrudgingly, I spend because I need to be able to carry this weight. That's about it, really. So I have our usual like little purge base over by the galleon, which is a very small like purge base, very kind of simple structure, just designed to have thick walls, a small entrance to kind of channel enemies into it. Now I do understand that the new purge isn't necessarily just going to target your doors, so I just want to kind of really test that today. I want to see what kind of waves we get. So we're going to probably do a level 1 purge to warm up, because I haven't done a purge for about 2 months and I need to warm up. And I am doing this entirely solo to start, as I usually do. I have my Baltier's, I'm in creative mode, so you can't see any situations. I have my Baltier's Razor, which is an agility 2-handed sword, which does 80 health damage and 35% armor pen, with a master weapon fitting on it. It's a legendary weapon you can get from world boss chests around the map in dungeons nowadays. And I also have Bector Corbin, which is my agility hammer, which is 71 damage, 61% armor pen. I freaking love these two. Shut up, sir. I use them constantly. I also have some Heartsblood daggers here. I probably won't use those, but these are wonderful daggers. They do bleed and gouge, which is kind of a bit like a bleed that stacks on enemies. So on a flesh creature, you'll have like both a bleed and a gouge kind of debuff, which will stack. I have my Reach of the Red Mother bow, which I may use. We'll see. It depends how slowly the enemies come towards me. I believe like the champions will walk kind of very slowly towards us. And maybe the golems. We'll test it out. We'll see how that goes. And some hardened steel arrows. I have some concentrated aloe extract because we need it. Hopefully we'll pick some of those up from enemies too. And that's about it. I have a harvesting tool. I'm going to eat an elixir of grace and a salted exquisite meat, and that will give me 15% agility weapon damage buffs from both of those. And yeah, let's get started, shall we? Lots of HP, and Optimism is what we're going with here. Cloak. Cloak looks warm. It's a very warm cloak, exactly. The fur does a lot of work there. The account is going to get showered by meteorites. Yeah, so the accountant, yeah, that's it. What armour is that of Obsidian armour? There you go. You must have heard me go through what the armour is. That's cool. Beautiful. But the armour is gorgeous. Really love it. Yep. Want to see the different dyes on that outfit. What would it look like? Black. Yeah, there's like about 4 different dye slots or whatever for it. Obviously you have to dye things now in the dyer's bench. Yes. Okay, so shall we start? Let me make sure I'm not in God or Cloak or anything. Let's do a level 1 purge. Let me like warm up. I have a bunch of coins over here. I'm sure most of you know how to do purges at this point. But 1 coin will get you the very lowest level of a purge, and you can go all the way up to level 10. So let's just take... Wait. Oh, we can't do the drag across now. I have to get used to this. How the frick do I do this now? So now, right-click is split. You can't split a specific amount. I hope they add this in. That we need that, please. We need to be able to split like a specific amount. I'm so used to dragging with shift to like every single day. Usually drag something like that. So yeah, we'll start with 1 coin, get the very lowest level purge, warm up a little bit, and then we're going to do 9s and 10s basically. So I have this base designed so that I can solo the purge, right? And I'm pretty sure, was I able to? I don't think I was able to. I don't remember if I was able to in the last iteration of the purge. I was able to completely solo it. I think we had to add berserkers, and I think we had about 10 berserkers outside, max level, with very, very heavy strength buffing armor. And then I kind of added like a couple of archers just to have kind of some healing arrows going in and some poison arrows going in. I think that's how we had it set up. I do have all the VODs of that on the YouTube channel if you want to watch those back. But yes, we'll try it solo because I just want to see what the experience is like. But fortunately, I do have a respawn point here. And when I respawn, I can't get hit by an arrow. I have a box with nothing in it, I guess. I've got some snacks just in case I get sad and I need to eat something. So let's give it a go. I don't have any archers here, anything like that. Okay, let's leave creative mode. Let's trigger a tier 1 purge or a level 1 purge. I got these like triple doors to kind of help me because I did find it kind of helpful to just sort of hide and swing my sword at oncoming like attackers basically. Right, so we put a coin in our coffer. We're going to proclaim our wealth. This is a level 1 threat level 1 purge. Confirm. And then a forward operating base is going to scout and hopefully set up down there. I think at one point I did put, yeah, I put some foundations over there to prevent the purge from the operating base from spawning there. And that means I can really control the flow. So I don't know, they've reworked the purge. I'm out of it, create mode. Let's see how this works, shall we? Hopefully it'll spawn down there as usual. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, because sometimes it spawned up there and it just wasn't ideal. So I don't know. This should be a very easy purge. Level 1. Purge scales in difficulty the more defenses you have. So if you have people with you, thralls with you, other players nearby that engage with the purge, it'll scale up. So because I'm solo player here, these are prisoners. Because I'm a solo player currently, this should be very straightforward. They're not, yes, prisoners, I guess, right? It doesn't say prisoners. So it should be, like, pretty straightforward. Okay, I see a demolisher. Can I get you from here?
Blood of the serpent. Enemies at the gate.
Oh, we got a fatality. So there's no fatalities with bows, as far as I know. Fatalities is a new addition. Nothing happens, right? No. So if you do a fatality, you get a buff. You get a 20% health resurgence. And you get a boost to your agility damage, and strength damage and a stamina buff for a short period of time. And you'll see it marked on my HUD when I have it. It will be tempting to use it. But I can, if I get there in time...
The jackal laughs for me.
We'll try some of its fatalities, I guess. When you have lots of people coming at you, the fatality will lock you into the animation when you start it. So there's a lot of people around. You might not want to do it, although you are immune briefly. Which they didn't say they were going to do, but they have made you immune. Prisoners. These guys should be one-shots. If I can aim. The reason I like to use hardened steel arrows is because you can farm these at Mounds of the Dead. You just get them on enemies and I think in boxes as well. So you can really get like a renewable resource of them. Before that, you can get bone arrows from like Grafari camps, which obviously do less damage. And this is the Reach the Red Mother bow, which is dropped by the Red Mother in the Unnamed City. It's quite a rare, was very difficult to get, but now that the bosses in the Unnamed City always drop a legendary of some sort, I think it's a bit quicker to get it. Otherwise you can just use the best you can. Right, we got like a mini boss. I'm kind of cleaving through these, well, just poking through them pretty quickly with my stats. We're going to be doing a lot of like sword work once things get kind of crazy. So I'm just enjoying just using the bow at the moment. Oh. Fam Fatality, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Checks in the post. It's been nearly 2 years since I played and reinstalling. Should I remove all mods? Well, if you want to. You don't have to. You can't use mods on the beta. There's no mods on the beta. Look for new ones. Yep. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, at least I don't think you can. I don't anyway. So the fatality, if you don't know, they will... So instead of just a usual final blow, when they would have died, they go into this dazed state. Okay, it wasn't in time. They go into a dazed state. They are basically dead. If you don't do anything, they still like fall over and die. And then if you go up to them in front of them, you have to stop your combo and you have to then... Oh yeah, I got one. There's my fatality. You can see the buffs. So yeah, so you get a buff, so it's kind of beneficial. So there you go. They have changed the way blood looks in this update. So now we've completed the purge. All the waves at level 1. Very kind of straightforward purge. And then we just have to defeat the Hand of War, who is over there. We'll defeat him and then he'll have some keys on his person. And we're declared victorious. And then we just have to kill any remaining people. You can see that the archers in this forward operating base have surrendered to us. We get 3 keys at level 1 purge. So you shouldn't be able to kill these now, I don't think. No, you can't do anything to them. You can't climb here. You can't climb because it's just like a dungeon. But you shouldn't be able to hurt them or do anything to them. There you go. Let's exit creative. So now we have a cage. Depending on the level of purge, you have different amounts of cages. And you can rescue some people. There you go. Backpack, a named bearer. I mean, not an amazing one, but that's very cool, isn't it? Level 1 purge. Cool. So he's now our friend automatically. High level purges, you get more people. You get Iskar the Sellsword, who's a trader who will appear at your tavern. And you can get bearers, dancers, fighters, things like that. And then you've got a couple of chests here. And you can loot all this stuff. Basic kind of like bits and bobs. Tablet of Decketo will teach you the Decketo religion if you haven't learned it already. And this is a common theme in most of the boxes, which is the Stygian Vanguard leggings. Or this kind of full set basically, which gives you different buffs depending on which piece it is. Not a lot of armor, but it gives you some buffs and it looks kind of cool. So I'm going to leave it because I don't care about it. And then you get iron level gear at level 1 purges. And then as you go up the levels, you end up with like steel, hardened steel kind of stuff. And the kind of loot becomes better. You get some good rewards like Oh, schematics for defenses for your purge, like, what are they called? What is the name of it? Quivers to place archers and things like that, siege cauldrons and things like that to place around your purge base, various things. So it's kind of good. Make sure you open the boxes, make sure you take the stuff, and some recipes and things. All right, so I am going to break bonds with you. Sorry, sir. Because I don't need you, friend. Ooh, hello. I mean, that's pretty cool. So that is quite good, isn't it? A level 1 purge. Look at his gear. Level 1 purge. It costs 1 coin. You can do it by just placing the coffer. You don't even need it to be on foundations. You don't need it to be in a base or anything like that. You can be like level 20-ish when you do this. And this would be a great way to get a star metal weapon. Plus, look at these like Pride of Aesir gauntlets and Pride of Aesir boots. That's pretty cool. I like that. A bearer pack. I mean, I don't know how frequently we're going to get this dude, but that's pretty good for a level 1 purge. I think that's like better loot than we've had in the past. Yes. Bearers have been nerfed, yes. Super excited for this update, especially new follower commands. Yeah. Lego Anna. What are you going on about? Someone asked how the unarmed fatality looks. Can we see that if you remember it? If I remember it, yes. Somebody did ask about that the other day as well. There's a couple of people down here. We could fight. I need somebody like isolated. Dun, 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 dun. Let me get one person by themselves. So she's gonna die anyway. Let me switch to like punching. So I don't need to. You can switch weapons if you're quick enough. You see, I don't know if it's gonna. We just have a chance for it to happen. That's the only thing. I have to like fight enough people. I just have to get them down to 1. It doesn't matter if I do too much damage. So I could be using my sword right now. Pokey to you too, friend. Nah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to do it. Oh, maybe. Nah. She would be in a dazed state already. I don't know what it looks like. I don't want to go on too much of a tangent. I guess we'll try with this guy. Yeah. Here we go. Got to get in front of him. So we didn't get the fatality. I don't know if you can do it with unarmed. Has anyone managed to get it to happen? Someone write in the chat. Reach of the Red Mother. Yes, it's very good. Yes. 21% armor pen, 39 health damage with a master weapon fitting on it. Scepter, yeah. Yep. From the Red Mother. Forget Lord of the Rings is now an old movie trilogy. Legolas was Elven Archer. Oh, I see. I mean, I have seen it. Nah, I don't know. I don't know if there is a fatality with unarmed. Maybe they'll add it if it's popular enough.
When walking the exiled lands, one must make sure not to tread on rabbits. As fluffy and cuddly as these little rodents may appear, they are by all means the evil masterminds of these forsaken territories. The stories of children being dragged into the rabbit hole, as the one of young Alice purports, are gruesome and make even this raccoon.
I think we're going to relog to get that stuff to clear.
Beware the wobbit at night. I will leave it at that and better face a vengeful hogweed.
They made a book from those movies. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was a great book they wrote after the films. So we're going to relog just to get that to reload. I don't know how else to like reload it really, or to clear that area because it's single player. Thank you for that. There you go. So it's cleared. I'm going to have to just do that each time. The only thing is I'm going to have to remember to eat my salted exquisite meat and my elixir of grace. For me, that seems to be the quickest way to clear that so I can do another purge. All right, we did a level 1 purge. Should we do a level 9 purge? I'm probably going to get my butt kicked here. Let me get some cash. It's probably going to be just quicker to...
Impressive, but we can always add more to the pile.
Shall we use coins or should we use like heroic treasure? Maybe that's quicker. Although can I spawn that in these days? It's been a while. I'm just going to spawn in.
tidy books and coffers, gravid with glittering gold.
Dun, 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 dun. This is quite nice, this quick stack function. You just have to put one thing in, and then you can just do quick stack and it'll put all the things in. What do you have? Level 4.
Have you come for the latest total?
6. We only have to do this once, fortunately. We'll get it to 9.
Do you have more to add to the coffers?
You're a bit greedy, aren't you? What are you doing all this money, sir? It's like, hey, I'm good for it. So we should just be able to... It just fills the coffer. It has to be completely full.
Prosperous greetings.
Level 9. All right, we'll go with that. Thanks, buddy. Already learned that. Okay. So now we can... I'm going to get my ass beat, aren't I? I know it. Okay, let's declare. Okay. Let's see what happens, shall we? So, yes, I haven't done any purges for about 2 months. I've done a lot of purges though since they updated it, and I'm a big fan of the purge. I hated it when I first started playing the game, like the original purges, and then I really grew to love it. I really enjoyed the challenge. I loved, like, you know, building up my defenses. I did a lot of it solo. I also played with, like, you know, did purges with other players and things like that. I usually would have like a bunch of Delincias around my base. Here we go. Oh, star! It's the star dude. It's the star dude. Oh my god! Look at it. Look at that sorcery thing. Oh my. He's gonna summon freaking meteors. What else do we get on it? Look at it. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get my ass whooped. I don't know how much I can do with these. Yeah, I will get surrounded, honestly. Maybe we should have warmed up with a level 4 or something. Oh, thieves! Oh, it's thieves! So we can get different waves, can't we? But I assume, because of that sorcery thing... Listen, I ain't got to warm up yet. I'm not in a fighting mood yet. I assume because of that sorcery thing. Okay, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to manage it from here. Oh yeah, we die. Can I heal? Oh yeah, we die, we die, we die, we die, we die. We die, we die, we die, we die, we die, we die, we die. We die, 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 we die. We die, we die, we die, we die. Okay. What is it? Bed. Let's respawn out of bed. He can't summon if he's dead. Yes. So this is why we have our respawn point here.
Dead, another dead one, deady, deadified.
So they're excited that they got in. They should have some heals here, really. I'm not going to be able to get my stuff back, am I?
Set will grant me cunning.
So normally we don't die. Can I get in there?
Blood of the serpent. Enemies at the gate.
Yeah, we might need to just restart, honestly, at this point. So we might need some friends, peeps. Do you know what I'm saying? We might need some friends. Shall we restart? Should we just go and have a look? I want to have a look at this thing down here. Let's let them do what they want. I want to see what the situation is. So I just wonder now if this is the... Because this looks like the thing that the Starcaller uses. It basically looks exactly like teleportary stone. We've got some dudes in here. can't open these until it's over. Okay. So do we get some friendos? What do we have in these cages? Bearer. Can't open these, yeah. Oh, I could get some keys. Should we have a look? So many cages. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't mind if I die. Relic Hunter Treasure Seeker. Iskar the Cell Sword. Stygian Fighter Tier 3. Barbarian Dancer Tier 3. I don't want to keep them, but I just want to like... It's a massacre. So you can see they basically get the fatalities themselves. Did you see that? So your Thrall will go into a fatality thing. Interesting. Okay, well, shall we start again? I wonder what the defense against the meteors is other than kill the sorcerer. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. So let's just... Can I take your stuff? I don't know what's going to happen. Excuse me, sir. Well, they seem to have had an accident. It wasn't their fault. Okay. So let's relog. Let's assume we're going to need some friends to defend this. I mean, I could try again, but knowing that, you know, I feel like we may as well just kind of add our usual group of reprobates. You know what I mean? They're poor cage souls for the purge level. Where's the fun in escaping when you can see how long you can survive for in a crowded hallway? Where is the fun in escaping when you can see how long you can survive in a crowded hallway? I don't quite know what you're asking there, really. When did the defensive meteors? Yeah, be tougher then. Use ghost mode to grab loot. Yeah, but I can just restart it because I'm in like single player and whatnot. Yep. Let's get our stuff. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's repair and whatnot, and let's add some friendos. Let's go into creative. I mean, so just because we died then doesn't mean I couldn't necessarily do one of those by myself. Oh, interesting. It didn't equip my clothing. Let me arrange my hotbar. I have the venom infused daggers because sometimes I want to see if things will be poisoned, basically. So I can work on seeing if I can do it solo. You know, I kind of like being able to solo purges and stuff. But, you know, not necessarily right now. For now, I kind of want to see what happens in the waves. And if we die so many times while I'm just trying to survive, we won't necessarily have that opportunity. Still threat level 9. Okay. So, shall we make some friends? Let me repair this first. Let's do repair hammer. I don't remember if we were able to. Right, I need some steel reinforcements. I would like it if in creative mode you had all the resources. You could just repair for free. I don't know about you guys. I feel like that would be kind of cool. Let's get some hardened steel, hardened bricks.
1,700
and some shaped wood.
And
I want to start kind of from fully repaired.
Fine harvest of riches. Very fine
indeed. There we go. Alright, so we should be fully repaired now. We'll do that between each wave, just so we're kind of starting from kind of a clean slate. Now, let's get some friendos. Let's have a look at some berserkers or something. Maybe lions, perhaps. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Maybe lions, maybe. Let me have a look at you, friend. Level follow-up to 20. 3-8. Underwhelming, right? In the 3s, not in the 5s. So maybe we go Zerkers. I miss Thralls being really, like, strong. I miss them being really tanky, you know? Honestly. I mean, I know they've given us a means to get them to flee now, but you can only do that when they're following you. Yeah, 3s. Okay, let's have a look at some Zerkers. But this is such an essential click thing here. So 2-5 out the gate. Bamster, thank you for 4 months. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you. Once upon a time, there was a zero ring. What if the meteor shower for a purge is even just half as damaging? It will still demolish the base. Funcom, I think, said the purge meteor. It did say damage reduce, yes. Agree to... I would be interested to see what damage it does. Yeah. Thank you for gifting a sub to Wazoo. Thank you, Kevin. Varg's back in the house. Hello, Varg. How are you doing? So, Zerka's the same HP. Because we can look at their damage in a minute, but the important thing for me is that they're tanky. God, they're so blah, aren't they? Okay, can I have a look at some Delincias? Bum bum. Do 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 do. Dun dun. This guy, right? She's like, excuse me, I'm not a guy, I'm a lady, and I'll kick your butt. Can you have like loads of HP, please? 2-7 out of the box.
1,700
Yeah. This is why I like my named bearers, but I believe they have been nerfed. Okay, she got 4-3. She just obviously did very well. Obviously, we haven't done elixirs of rebirth. I don't have time to like mess with that. We can do it if we want to like min-max individuals or see what we could possibly get. But okay, so Delincia doing a bit better actually. We already got 2 with like 4,300. She always does slightly have slightly more HP. So she's got... Why isn't it showing me? Oh, she's not following me. .23. Berserkers. 2.24. Did I not save it? And then Leon's 1.84. They do level well in damage though. Okay, apparently you have to interact differently here. To press enter. Okay. So I mean, Delicities are a bit harder to get than Berserkers, but I would really want that extra bit of HP, you know? Like 1,000 more potentially. And you can farm the fudge out of them at Mounds, as I always used to do. So yeah, I guess if Leons only get like 3.5, maybe 3.7, 3.8. I mean, I didn't do loads of them. This is really like... But usually you get a bit of an idea with like 5 people. Do you know what I'm saying? And Delincias generally get a little bit more health. Who else should we have a look at? I want to look at named bearers. Dun, 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 dun. What is the word? Sherpa? Question mark? No. They're not called Sherpas, are they? It's been a minute. Is it Sherpa? It's not bearer in here, is it? No. Dun, dun, dun. So I gathered you here today, yes. Hello, Grayel. Hello, lovely. Line up and face forward. Show me your war face, Sumerian. How do you level them? How did I just do it then? Set level. Yeah. Recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier. Yeah. Yeah, she's always had a slightly lower damage modifier. And a bit more health. What is the name of them in here, people? Can you remember? Is it Sherpa? Those are the Berserkers. They're easy to judge of how tanky they can be after hitting level 20 in the best gear. Level 1 Berserker with a positive book. She has survived 2 level 10 purges, chapter 384. If you could spawn in an arena champion, you really need the muscle. Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? I mean, I can spawn her in, but that would be kind of silly. Is it Sherpas? What is the name, people? Sherpa. It is Sherpa, right? That's what Google says. It's just been a minute. Sherpa. Okay, thank you. So they should all be the same. Tingaran, Zamorian, Votaries, Stygian. I want the basic like ones, not the new ones that you get in the Purge. I want like the usual ones who have got the good HP and stuff. There we go. Amzadi. I don't know who you are. Amzadi, Ferrin, Hess, Cathibria, Nar, Ulrich, Rethrus, Pella. These are my dudes. These are my usual friendos. So I like these because they have a lot of HP. Now, obviously, it would take you ages to get like 10 named bearers. I mean, really, like, even though I have, you know, I have like a guide to how to find these people in my God Tier Fighters video. But, you know, it would, even me, who has no life to this game, it would take me a very long time to get a full complement of these people. So that what I'm noticing is that they're starting with different amounts of HP, which is weird. Why does Pella have 484 HP? Why does Rethras have a different amount? They've made them so that they're different. I don't like that. Squirrel. Why does he have 484 HP? That is crazy. Squirrel, yes. Armor for Defenders, Redeem held it. Yeah, I have a guide to what gear to wear. So Amsadi has 1,735. So does Nar. Rethras has 2,951. Ulrich has 2,200. What have they done? It's so weird. They've always been identical. Now, I'd heard that they'd got nerfed, but I want to see what they get when they level them up. That is so weird. We take some screenshots. So, for as long as I can remember, they have always been identical. All of these people have been identical. It doesn't matter which, like... So they spawn around the map. It doesn't matter which one you get, from where you get them. They're always absolutely identical in stats. Health, damage, everything. Hit like wet noodles, lots of HP. But identical to each other. And they're hard to get. I love them because they're super tanky. I can just give them all my things. When they're max level... Oh, not when they're max level, but they have 5 rows of inventory space. There's another row down here when this is full. So they're great. And if you have a bearer running around with you on the map, you want them to be supremely tanky, because the idea is that they're full of your most valuable gear. You know, you take them harvesting, that kind of thing. So I really like them as tanks for going into dungeons and things, because I want to do the damage. I'm here to be the hero in the game. I want to be the hero. Otherwise, what's the point in watching my Thrall kill everything? So I really like the changes that they made to make us do more damage, and I was happy to deal with these people doing very little damage as long as they wouldn't die. So okay, so let's see how we get on when we level them. 3,000 HP. Oh my god. Oh my god. They have changed so many times over the years. They used to always have about 9,000 HP. I remember when they had 9,000 HP and they were the hardest hitters in the game. They were absolute beasts. It was a freaking beautiful time, and I feel very nostalgic for that. Look at that HP. That is so bad. Right, I'm hoping that they've given them some more damage to compensate. Oh my god, 0.66. I can't remember the exact number from before. Someone can check my video if you want to. 0.4. They have different damage modifiers as well. I don't know what the point of this is. Why mess with it? Why? What's the point? Why make them different? I mean, is it just to make them more interesting? I got to make sure I actually press this enter. I'm sad, people. This makes me sad. It feels like change for change's sake. 0.4. Oh, God. I mean, I get that they want us to, have reasons to play and have it, feel different, but don't take my bearer. I feel personally affronted. I mean, I'm obviously kidding. It's not about me, but I don't know. .5. Oh, people. The thing is, it worked with different people's play styles. You know, if you want to be super heroic and do lots of damage, you could just have what's it called? A bearer, a named bearer, who you had to put in a lot of effort to get, and they could just be like a tank for you. 0.66. I'm very sad. Nope, wrong button. 0.66. Oh, people. Am I going to leave the game again? I'm such a dramatic person. Okay, so some of them are on 0.66 and some of them are 0.6. Why would you do this? I don't get it. Why would you do this? What's the point? I don't get it. 0.6. We get attached to our people, don't we, in this game? Like, you know, you get attached to thralls. 0.5. I haven't even spawned in all of them. Well, they're a bag of shit now, aren't they? Really? Do you know what I'm saying? Terrible damage modifiers. Terrible HP. Pella the Well-Travelled, who is the first... I feel like I'm ranting. Pella the Well-Travelled, who is the first name bearer I ever got in the game, who died to Rockslide, which is why I never fight Rockslide. I had a Pella the Well-Travelled, my first ever named bearer in the game. I loved him dearly. He was my friend. He had like 9,000 HP back in those days, and they were amazing. They did all like the best damage of anybody in the game. Like Relic Hunter Treasure Seekers doing loads of damage. And now he's got 1,000. They are a massive bag of literally a container of shit. Yep. Blame PvP servers for causing a lot of these. That is the problem, really, isn't it? I think this is always going to be a problem in a game that has PvE and PvP. Is you gotta freaking. You have to help the people in PvP who have a nightmare and everything. Still have the bear. We've still got the bear puns, people. Suppose they linked him to the factions multipliers. Yeah, I guess so. Strong followers, so high HP, low damage doers. This is shit. Yeah, absolutely. Hello, Asker. What did they change? Just to change. The named bearers are absolute dog shit now. Absolute fucking dog shit. Do you know what I mean? They're so bad. They're just unusable. You know? Why would you run around the map with like... I mean, okay, so Hess has got 4,000 HP. Fine. Okay, he's fine. His damage modifier is 0.4. I could just use it. I mean, I just don't know why you would use them. You just respec to Beast of Burden. Just respec to Beast of Burden and take a Delencia with you. You know? She'll just kill everything for you while you go do your harvesting. I just don't know why would you use them. Tier 4 bearers are hard enough to... Yeah, they're hard to get. Exactly. Make them... They're useless now. Still usable as defense fodder in Purges. Yeah, but you have to farm them. I mean, I guess the reason they've done this is because they put loads of bearers in Purges, didn't they? What's the point in having any followers now and keep them making so shit? There used to be, like... So, I didn't like the gameplay of us walking around the unnamed city and somebody would just be smoking a cigarette or making a cup of tea while your thrall just did all the things, right? Like, you go there with your friend and your friend would be like, BRB, and your Delencia or your Berserker would just do the unnamed city. And they'd be like, back in a minute when this boss is dead because the boss has had too much health. So I didn't like those days. I love that they've made us the hero. Make me strong. I freaking love it. I love it. I love the dopamine. Make me do loads of damage. Let me dodge. Feel dynamic. It is great. I'll have to check that respawn. You know, I want to do loads of damage, but just let me have a tanky thrall. I don't want my freaking thrall to die because it's irritating. You go out on an adventure. Am I ranting? I'm ranting. You go out on an adventure and, you know, you take your thrall with you who you've got in very expensive gear, right? Very expensive gear that you've crafted. You've got to level 60. You farm the fudge out of the game. You put them in the best weapons and things like that. Weapons you can no longer repair. Fortunately, they don't take durability. Please don't change that. You know, and they freaking die. And then you've got to go and take their loot from them, right? What are you supposed to do? Respec so that you can go and steal the loot from your freaking bearer, you know? Bearers have gotten sipped to almost 7,000 at level 15. Look at the thighs on the bearers and the muscles. They're strong followers who should have high HP. Yeah. So, you know, having them be varied, okay, cool. give us more to talk about, fine. But, like, making them just generally shit is just, I don't know. Armor can give them better armor and someone can give bonus HP. Yeah, but the percentage increase in if you give them bonus HP from armor is so minimal that you're just better off putting them in strength buffing gear. Put them in the highest level, like, armor value as possible, and then give them, like, you know, 10 heals per second food, like exotic feast, or you could give them enhanced scroll if you want 9 heals per second. You know, and put some healing, like, potions in them, and if you use Better Thrall's mod, then they'll drink the healing potions and stuff like that. But they you know, if you're going to nerf them so that they have the same HP as a berserker and way less, like this poor fellow who's been, like, seriously abused in this update, then make them do more damage. Why do they do 0.66 damage modifier? 0.4. It's like, it's so bad. I'm so depressed by this. All the time you put into leveling up the Thrall, yeah. I mean, fortunately, name bearers don't really take a huge amount of time to level up, but, like, you have to really work to get these people. You either have to do a purge, which a lot of people don't like purges, or don't want to do purges, understandably, especially now they've made them tougher. Although you can do lower level purges. Look how much they're carrying, yeah. What is the name of the Silent Legion boss? The Kinscourge in the Black Keep. Remember my first time fighting it, went with my first Sumerian Berserker. Boss killed me and I was afraid of losing my Berserker too. Ran ASAP into the room again. Berserker was just finishing killing the boss and I felt that was amazing. Yeah. Time to embrace that high DPS, low HP glass cannon Thrall meta again and slap epics on ASAP. Yeah. I'm just very depressed by this. Cats and dogs. What are you talking about? Cats and dogs. So should we have a look at tier 3s? Should we have a look at tier 3 bearers? Hopefully no one's following me. Oh god. Tier 3. I've got to make sure that they're just like vanilla people from Exiled Lands. These guys, right? Shemite 3, Stygian 3, Votaries 3, Samori. I think the Votaries one is the one that I shouldn't normally get. Zingaran. I don't know. Not Freebooters. That's not from Exiled Lands, is it? Have I done Nordheimer? I don't think they're the same. There's no tier 4 for those. If I see people that I don't like recognise or look weird, I guess we'll just not use them. Sumerian, Bazaar, Tafari, Hyborian, Hyrcanian, Stygian, Skelos. I don't think I've ever seen a Skelos bearer. Have you? Make sure I haven't got any duplicates. Hyborian, Hyrcanian, Kushite, Nordheimer, Zingaran. Let's go Zingaran. I don't mind if they change stuff, but like, I feel like you've got to have a good rationale for it, and I'm sure they do have a rationale for it, right? I'm sure they do, but it's very hard to understand, like, without a full explanation, you know? So some of these already have more HP. I mean, so tier 3 bearers have already kind of, like, seem to get more HP after leveling than, like, tier 4s. I don't necessarily think that's right. I think tier 4s should be, like, cool, right? Because you have to put a lot of effort to get them. It can take a bunch of farming to get them. This guy's got... So they do have a real variety. I don't know if this Shemite guy... Iborian 245. Let's level them up. I'm seriously, like, depressed right now, people, honestly. Let me see what their... So she's 0.67. I assume that won't change. No, doesn't change. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. So what was... Is hers different? Yeah, they are different. 0.48. And hers was 0.67, right? 0.672. Oh, 0.528. Okay, I made a pig zero that. 1.528.
Fine harvest of riches. Very fine indeed.
Bum bum bum. Oh, 0.32. This poor boy. Look at his HP though. Singarin's got like, I mean, obviously it varies. I mean, we have to do a lot of them.
Yes, the books are balanced. Some collect
0.528. Wait, what were you? Sorry. I'm sloppy. You were 0.32. Dun, 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 dun,
tidy books and coffers.
0.528. And she's level 20. .4. He's got a decent amount of health. I don't know. We're gonna have to like spawn in a bunch of the exact same ones to kind of get a proper idea. Bear that in mind of their HP, because it will vary depending on what perks he gets and stuff. But given the fact that they start with different health.
But we can always
Nordheimer. I mean, you would expect a Nordheimer one to do well, wouldn't you, I guess? 0.4. I've done that right. Bum, ba, da, dun, dun. Dun, da, da, dun, dun. Da, da, dun, dun. 0.24. 0.24.
Why did the man get hit by a bike every day? He was stuck in a vicious cycle.
Okay, to the corner. Thank you for your submission. HP is terrible, yeah. Makes healing arrows heal enemy as well. Wait. That's not a thing, right? I feel like I'm really easy to fix everything by putting a damage cap in PvP. Yeah! I mean, this is always the thing, isn't it? They don't want things to be... They want everything to be the same in PvE and PvP, but yeah, maybe something just... I don't know, peeps. I've been playing with a mod that allows me to have several thralls with me and always just use the bearer to carry my loot since months I've left with carry quest team. Map gathering is really tedious now, more so. Yeah, yeah. So I guess Singarin and like Nordheimer. I guess Singarins have got some love because the update has got a bunch of Singarin stuff, hasn't it? Look at that though. Hyborian Bear at 952 HP. Yeah. Who's that? Nordheimer, Kushite. Yeah. I mean, obviously, we have to spawn a bunch of them in. You know, this isn't very scientific without spawning in like a bunch of the same people. But so I would say now, they're not going to get like 14,000 HP when you level them up. I would seriously doubt that. Yeah, and they are like random spawns. So I don't know if they've changed the spawns. They haven't changed spawned locations for bearers for a really long time. It would be interesting if they're like factions or whatever. They're like ethnicity? I don't know how you would describe it really. It does make sense for a Nordheimer to be tougher. But I don't know. Yeah. I'm depressed, people. I'm like super sad right now. Yeah. Leons and Berserkers have about the same amount of HP. Like, unscientifically, we only spawned 5 in. You might get some random freaks. Leons have very low damage modifiers. They do seem to level well in strength, though. And they come out the box with, like, decent stats, generally, don't they? Heirs of the North, Fighter. Tier 4. Wait, that's... Oh, Janos and Leon are the same person. I mean, they were, at least. They come out the box with, like, 30 strength, 10 vitality, 5 grit. I need to check if that's the same.
Kevin _H __ tipped $38.57. No compensation for the demise of our beloved bearers, but I hope this tip puts a little smile on your lips.
Bless you. Thank you so much for that tip, Kevin. That's very nice of you. Sorry for being a downer. Lena's one sexy bald man. I mean, that's a quality on its own. I'm glad he brings you joy. Do you know what I'm saying? It is... How do I get a different one? Hunting party boss. Oh yeah, Leon. That's it. Let me just double check they're the same person still. Bum, bum. Yeah, 30, 10 and 5. 2,800 and... Yeah, same person. Janos and Leon. So yeah, they come straight out of the box with 30 strength, which is good. 10 vitality, 5 grit. Let's have a look at Azurka. Dun, 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 dun. I'm so scared of not clicking that spawner's converted person because it just brings chaos, doesn't it? 15 and 30 for her. For the Zerkas. Dun, 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 doo, doo. I mean, I think the Berserkers are probably going to end up doing the most damage as usual, right? She's going to do almost as much damage and she's going to have more health. Just the bearers are just like... I mean... I guess, like, they've taken with one hand and, you know, it's like, well, you could get a specific one who has a lot of HP. You know, but really, apart from having some carry capacity, you may as well have a Delencia because she's going to kill everything so fast, you know, for the same amount of health. If you want to run an agility build, so this is the thing with an agility build, generally speaking, I don't put any points in expertise. I hate wasting points here. It is annoying that you do get thirsty and hungry quicker and your tools lose durability twice as fast, which is annoying. But I like to kind of not have really very many points in expertise. I like to be incredibly agile. Okay, I'm heavy because I'm carrying around a bunch of people here. But I like to be very agile. And I just like to have a thrall with me that's just going to, like, carry my stuff and be a bit of a tank. But I want to, like, be the hero. And this just takes away from that, really, you know? If I'm going to be doing an arrow, like a bow build, I really want to be able to have somebody carry arrows around the map for me, because the arrows, like, you know, weigh a decent amount. If you're going to go out for the day, you kind of want to take a bunch of arrows and you want to be able to take some bits and bobs and loot dungeons and things like that, and to have your horse take the weapons. So, yes, just bring your camel, yes. Surprised they haven't nerfed Delencia into the ground. I mean, she used to be way better than she is now. You know, she used to have loads more health. All the fighters used to have loads more health. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's okay for them to be tanky, but I guess PvP is the issue, really. They have to, you know, I'd feel bad for people in PvP having to deal with all the problems with that. But look at that freaking health on that Zingaran. I don't know. And it's carrying too many people. She's having triplets. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to give birth to all these people. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I would just use Zerkers, really. The thing about the Berserkers, So I wouldn't bother with Leons or Janoses necessarily. They're the new people. 60 strength. 58. 54. And then the Zerkas end up... Okay, she's not full level. A lot fewer points, I guess. This is a thing, it's like a balance, isn't it? So, you know, in my God Tier Fighters video, I did say, you know, there isn't like a clear-cut answer with one person is the only person to use in the game, because it depends how they level, right? You've got, like, the potential for leveling, but you really do have to look at their stats, because the Janoses and Leons end up with a huge amount of points. They start off with loads of points in strength, and then they end up with, like, a lot, right? Obviously, these guys' damage modifiers are, like, much better. Have I not written on these ones? This one, 2.24. But so, yeah, I mean, Cimmerian Berserkers you can farm because they're 100% spawn rate at Mounds of the Dead. Leons and Janoses. Leon is like 100% spawn rate at Leon's Watch, whatever it's called. And then, you know, Leons and Janoses you can get, certainly Leons anyway, you can get from Azagarth and you can get from the surrounding camps. But if you just farm Leon's, like, Watch or whatever it's called, up north, you can just get him, like, on cooldown every 15 minutes and get a bunch of him. But the Berserkers, you know, they're 100% spawn rate at Mounds of the Dead. And then they also have a chance to spawn in Mounds of the Dead as well, aside from their 100% spawn rate place. So they're, like, very good to kind of farm. And you're going to want, like, a freaking huge box of spare people. But then you're going to have to level them. And haven't tried, I don't know how long it'll take to level them up. I guess I could compare the XP required for leveling to before on the live version of the game. But yeah, you spend a lot of time leveling them to level 20. She's like right out the box with 2,500 health. In order to gain 1,000 HP, you've had to level them to 20. And you really do want to level them because they're going to die quite easily with that amount of health. If they get stuck in Azagarth or something, you can obviously do your new, like, triple click in the sky so that they flee from enemies. But if they're like trapped in place, which is really the biggest problem that you have, is they get surrounded by enemies, they get stun locked by enemies, all hitting them at the same time. Then that's when they die, isn't it? It's not because they're still in the fight. I mean, sometimes it's because they're still in the fight and they're not leaving. What you want to do is run away and have them teleport to you, just to get them out of there. So, yes, here you go. Make the followers level 20 command. Yeah, I've done that. Berserker is always alone in this spot. Yeah, exactly. He's always by himself. Funcom jingling keys, but hey look, I've added new items in the Battle Pass and Bazaar. The Zingaran update may be free brutal looking armour, but actually useful and is in the works. His or her spot. Yeah, that's true, yes, absolutely. Berserkers take a lot of levelling, 19 to 20 spot. Yeah, 900,000 XP, yeah, exactly. Hello, Snowy, hello. Yeah, so these like Delincias, they take a lot of levelling. So, yes. And the bearers didn't take that much. The named bearers, they were quite quick. You could level them in, like, I could level them in one stream. Usually I would do that. So, yeah. I kind of want to see... I kind of want to... I'm assuming they haven't changed spawn points. I guess they're going to have to, like, test that. No one's following me, are they? I don't want somebody, like, flying around the map for me. But I'd be interested to see if they've done anything with the spawn points, because you get them all from exactly the same location, and now I guess it's just RNG if you get a good bearer or a bad bearer. But they don't spawn that often, so usually the places I look for bearers are the Galleon and what is it called? The Galleon and the Den, because there's 4 spawn points at the Galleon, one there. One downstairs here. One down here. Yes, Planeswalker. Interesting RNG. I wonder if they've increased their spawn rates to compensate. Is there a tame command? Let's assume we knocked him out. Do I have any, He wasn't the good one, was he? Was it? It was the Nordheimer and the Zingaren. What did Hest have? Bum, ba-dum, bum. Da, 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 da. But I would expect them probably to be at different spawn locations for them to have different, like, stats. I don't know. Yeah, he was a good one. He had 4,000 HP after leveling. Bear in mind, this is very RNG, but a very bad, like, damage modifier at 0.4. So, tanky but shit damage. Love how Funcom fucks with the game. Yeah. Yeah. But the funny thing as well is they don't put this in the patch notes. We have to kind of discover it, really. Bear in mind, she started the bear puns. Who is doing the bear puns? So those are the first two spawn locations, and then there's one over here. I do wonder then, there's a tier 3 as a Zamorian. So you're going to have to pay more attention to the names of the bearers now, like the faction. And then there's one over here as well. Oh, I think they've increased their spawn rate. Yeah. They must have. There's no way I would just randomly get 2 in one, like, visit. They must have increased their spawn rate. The second place I would look usually is the Den. I used to look at the ruins of Almaria, but now there's a fortress there instead of an NPC camp. Because there's 3 spawn locations of bearers here. Yeah. Look at that. I haven't got any mods on this beta. Look at that freaking spawn rate. That's 3. Yeah. That's insane. Yeah. Yeah, one here. For shite. And then there's one lying in the sand over here. Common spawn now, yeah. Well, the bearers anyway. I don't know if they've changed the spawn rate of other tier 4s. But that's insane. 3 named. Tier 3. I wonder if they've increased the spawn rate for tier 3s as well. To kind of compensate for it. I don't think it... No, there's no way. I have over 7,000 hours in this game. You know me, right? There's no way I've gotten 3 just randomly. That is not streamer luck. There's no way that's streamer luck. That is a spawn rate change. Spent the last day farming over 40 bearers and only 1 named. Yeah, on the live version, right? Dun-dun-dun. There's a roaming bearer in Sepamaroom. Dun, dun, dun. So, right, if they are now less special, you know, if it took you the same amount of time to farm a bearer and they're now dog shit, right? Which is the word I use apparently when I'm pissed off nowadays. Then I guess you want to be able to get... You basically, you want more chance of getting them because a lot of them are going to be completely useless apart from having some inventory spaces. This is not a
Don't swear.
I've never sworn in my life.
Swear.
Pay attention, Kalendros. I've never sworn in my life. God, stop shaming me for it. Yeah, there's one at Mounds. There's one at like one of the camps near Azagarth. I'm still freaking salty about it though, because I just want a tank. That's all I want. I want to go around like slapping fools. and I want somebody who's just gonna freaking survive. You can get one at the Circle of Death over here. This is another location. Tier 3. You can get one in this mound over here. Da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-dun, dun-dun, da-dun, dun-dun, da-dun. Tier 3. A lot of tier 3s as well. So that is definitely... because that's way more tier 3s, isn't it? Than usual. She's shrugging. Shut up, lady. I don't think you can get one up at Stargazers. Maybe there's like a chance at Stargazers, but up near Azagarth, not at Azagarth but near it, on like the shore. The fear of this is bollocks. Yeah, that's okay to say this is bollocks. Yeah, one here. This is 100% spawn rate. Tier 2. I mean, maybe the tier 3s are like streamer luck. But those tier 4s, there's no way that's just RNG. I've definitely gotten 2 named bearers in a single run before. Definitely. But, like, what are the chances of that happening right now? You know? Yeah, this is where Leon is. I think he should be... He should always be here. Dun 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 dun. Down here. Yeah, it's Leon. Dun 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 dun. Where am I missing, people? I don't think you can get one at Buccaneer Bay. I don't think you can get one at the Pagoda, if I recall correctly. There used to be one at Ruins of Almeria before that was a fortress. But yeah, Seppenry 1, 4 at the Galleon, 3 at the Den. I don't think you can get one at Azagoth, and I don't think so. I don't think you can get one at the Volcano either. I think that's it, isn't it? Maybe somewhere else? Question mark. Statistical anomaly. I would bet I will eat my hat if they haven't changed the spawn rate of tier 4s. The name bearers. I'll eat my hat. I don't have a hat. You have to buy me a hat, chat. It looks like it, smells like it, and tastes like it. Yeah. Gaslight. Yeah, Kel, you're just so imaginative. God. What flavour hat? Oh, like a candy flat. A candy hat or something. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's just streamer luck. Because 3 in 1 freaking visit in the same place. There's no way that is streamer luck. That has never happened to me before. Ever. Never, ever, ever. We'll get you a gummy hat. Yeah, you can get me a gummy hat and I'll eat it happily. I like snacks. So they should, right, because this is single player, they should refresh when I leave and come back. Got to get the people to load in here. We got a tier 2. The tier 3 like may have been streamer luck. Although on Sipter, you tended to get certain things at tier 3 very frequently. Tier 2s. I don't know, people. I'm very sus if it's like streamer luck. Tier 2. I think they've changed the way they spawn, honestly. There's a named... No, tier 3. You can usually tell if they're wearing the light encumbrance armor if they're named. I just thought she was. But I don't have to kill them. I can just run back and forth in single player. Just saw the icon to show I was still logging to Conan and I tapped out at least 40 minutes ago. Still alive, yeah. Tier 2. Named Cthibria. Yeah, they've definitely increased the spawn rate of the... I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? If you make them kind of crappy, or like crappy but RNG, same spawn locations as each other, but kind of RNG whether you get decent people or not to add variety. I mean, I don't necessarily... I'm not necessarily against the variety. It's just all of them are bad. Like, I wish they would give us some damage back, you know? If you're going to nerf their health, give us some ones that do really, like, hit really hard or something. I don't know. We'll just take this hat out of the oven then. Yeah. Yeah. I just want a Thrall who's really tanky. That's all I want. I just want to run around and, like, do loads of damage, and I don't want to have to carry stuff. I don't want to waste points in encumbrance. I realise I'm whining, and I apologise for sounding whiny. So she starts with more HP as well. I don't know. I just... So, does anybody here play PvP? Were bearers like the most obnoxious thing in the world to you? Is this like a welcome change? Because if it is, I'm glad for you, but I'm very sad because I just want someone who's not going to die. Even at the Almeria Siege location, I had at least 2 named bearers, fully leveled, fully kitted in max strength buffing gear, like 10 heals per second, food and potions with the Better Thralls mod die at the Siege of Almeria because they just got stun locked and trapped in a bunch of like NPCs. So, you know, and you could take them into the wine cellar dungeon without worrying. And that's why I liked them, because you could just run around with them and I could just go around killing things and I didn't have to worry about my stuff. And then they could carry things. I could be lightweight and agile. And that just suited me, you know. All day on my G-Porter server have been taking 0 damage from Sandstorm. Not in God or admin or creative mode. No, not wearing a mask. I've been stark naked, not carrying anything, really. Has anyone else had a bug with the Sandstorm not doing any damage to them? Glitch will sort itself out. Makes sense to want a Thrall to run defense while you do actual gameplay. Yeah, because that's all I wanted, because that enables this kind of like the player is the hero kind of situation. I do PvP where I used to, but Funcom nerfed the game too much. What was it that you didn't like? What was it you didn't like? Was it the weapons? You found the weapons kind of boring? Don't know any PvP players that use Thralls except when they're farming. Okay. Because I thought that in the past it was just because the Thralls were unkillable and they were like one-shotting players. And that was the biggest problem. Preach, sister. Keep getting wiped by the Sandstorm. Okay, so the Sandstorm just isn't working on your server then, presumably. Yep, got some kind of issue. Yeah. What do we do, people? We could try doing the Purge with some Berserkers, maybe. Let's try that, shall we? Let's have one last look at the Galleon just to kind of like see what our RNG is like. We'll do one more like bearer tour. But I'm assuming you're going to find tier 4 bearers a lot more frequently. And they're just going to be very varied. And some of them will be good HP wise. Nowhere near as good as they used to be. Still do terrible damage. It's a nice thing about single player at least. Tier 2. Maybe it was just streamer luck. 3 named bearers right out the gate though. It's tier 1. Is that streamer luck? Really? Question mark. I don't think that's ever happened to me. I've definitely had 2 from the Galleon before. Tier 2. A named. No, tier 2. I keep thinking this one is named. I don't know if they're refreshing actually. Are these just the same people? They can't be, can they? Dun, dun, dun. Do, 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 do. I guess the only way to know is to kill them. Sorry about that. Dun, dun, dun. I don't have any, like, there's no mods on this. This is just single player. Da, 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 if Bazaar does listening to the stream, you have to tell us if we ask if it's the law. Streamer conspiracy? Funcom put them there. Dun, dun, dun. Definitely. Creston wants to own the corner. I remember Anna saying she could just use raps when the Sunstorm came around. A low-level hack. Tried with a new tune, but couldn't rap while taking damage. I was probably rapping run. Yeah, you should be able to. I mean, maybe they've changed it so that the raps no longer work in a Sandstorm. Maybe they've nerfed that. It used to, because it kind of does make it feel very... You can make raps immediately in the game from plant fibre. You get a stack of like, what, 5 or 10 or something when you make some raps. So I guess, you know, they want it to be scary. It's a tier 2. They want it to be scary. So yeah, if you can just rap through it, I don't know. Before it used to be very scary because the Sandstorm was started, you went, oh God, I'm going to have to like try and find another player base to hide in or find some kind of shelter that actually works. So I guess if you could just rap through it. Because it used to be when you were taking damage, you couldn't use heal pots. They didn't work. Or you could drink them, but they didn't do anything. Dun, 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 dun. Sunbathing, not another's watch. You will die. That's it. I just want to see if we can get some more tier 4s to spawn in. I think it's very strange that our very initial, like, the ones we found were like, we had tier 3, tier 4s here. Tier 2. I mean, this seems more normal, right? Seems more normal. Maybe it was just streamer luck. Maybe I'm, like, hacking. Dun, dun, dun. I'm not hacking, in case someone wonders. Tier 3. Maybe that was just weird RNG. I don't know, peeps. Dun, da, 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 da. Tier 3. Tier 3. Bum, bum, bum. We'll check a bit and then we'll get some berserkers and we'll try the purge again. We're on a bit of a tangent here, but... I don't just want to make rant videos. Do you know what I mean? Oh, Sadded Alive. She took me a long time to get at one point. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe we just had streamer RNG before. I don't have another explanation for it. You still dead from earlier? It's inconvenient for me. Dun, dun, dun. Not that many times. Rap through it. You go, DJ Anna. That's it. This is the beginning of my rap career, people. Could you afford an Anna rap point purchase? What is this? Yo, listen up. It's a warning, not a jest. Conan Exiles, survival at its best. Out here in the wasteland, living hot, living not. When the sky turns angry, sandstorms take charge. Just running through a sandstorm. Oh, I see. Brilliant. Beautiful. I can see your career now. You've got a bright future ahead of you. Aliens. It was aliens. Crop circles spotted near mounds, but yeah. Yeah, I think it might have been just RNG, honestly. Because, I don't know, maybe not. But I haven't been able to get them to, like... where's the Circle of Death? Let's go check mounds. Thank you for that. I intentionally didn't do it properly because I don't want anyone clipping that shizzle. Do you know what I mean? Dun, dun, dun. Circle of Death. Yeah, I don't know, peeps. This seems kind of normal. Maybe I was... I mean, I'm glad we checked because I was like... They've changed tier 4 bearer spawns. I guess we can check, or someone can check the dev kit or something. Yeah. I mean, this just seems like normal spawn rates, really. And they do seem to... So that one is a Cimmerian, isn't it? I'm assuming... I'm assuming they aren't always. What is the quickest way to do this? I need some commands for like clearing bodies and like refreshing spawns and stuff, you know, like in Ark. Bad news, but Anna Rap. Next season teaser gonna have UFOs and aliens. That's it. The Age of Aliens is next, yeah. Hello, Renato. Hello, how are you doing? Oh, sir. Rethrus the Burdened. So he was the bad one, though. No, Pella was the bad one. Rethrus the Burdened. Dun, da, 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 dun. Dun, da, 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 dun. I'm just wondering if they've changed the spawn locations. Rethrus, yeah, Rethrus is at 3,775. I don't know what, like, faction he is. I'm just wondering if they've changed it, because I saw that the bearer that we saw at Mounds was a Cimmerian, and I'm just wondering if they've changed it so that they spawn at specific places. Dun, 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 dun. Do, do, do. They haven't changed these spawns for freaking years. So I'm just curious, really. It's always been like complete RNG. Cimmerian. It
wasn't supposed to be like this.
Two Cimmerians and Rethrus. So are they now This is my NVMe drive doing God's work here. There's probably a quicker way to do this with admin commands. So are they spawning in specific locations? Yeah. Yeah. Cimmerians. Yeah. No longer RNG. So I'm assuming the Nordheimer, if this is right, then the Nordheimer bearers will spawn at like Azagarth and up north, I guess. Which makes sense, doesn't it? Making the HP closer to faction levels. Maybe a tier 4 bearer spawns to be faction level. Yeah. 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 So Mounds of the Dead, you get Cimmerian bearers. What about Azagarth? Not Azagarth, but what is it called? This little camp over here, I forget what it's called. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. So I'm assuming this is going to be a Nordheimer. So you're going to want to, if you want, the Nordheimer ones had the most health of the ones we briefly looked at. Yeah, Nordheimer. So now they spawn at specific locations.
I never wanted to be here.
Dun 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 dun. That's a change. Nordheimers, yep. So Cimmerians at Mounds, Nordheimers up north. And then, so the Galleon. So I'm assuming Dogs of the Desert at the Den. I didn't notice this before, so I guess we can check. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Kushite. So I guess there'll be Kushites here. And Kushites, yeah. I didn't even notice this before. I was too busy looking at the tiers of the bearer. Interesting. Bearer, they too many push-ups, they died unbearable. To the corner. Dun, 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 dun. So, yes. Kushites. All the ones here are Kushites. Dun, 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 dun. So it does make sense, doesn't it? If you're going to have differences in HP and damage and have certain ones do more, you want them to be in, like, you want the rewards in tougher areas to be better. He's very excited. Zamorian. So I'm assuming Zamorian and Zingaran or something. What else, though? Because you get, like, the rest of the fighters are not, how do I say this? So usually, it's like this guy here, Cimmerian. Usually you get, like, Cimmerians, Zingarans, Zamorians, but they're also, like, pirates, or they're Dogs of the Desert sort of factions. Usually they're mixed up. So now, bearers are both Zamorian. Zamorian. All of the ones at the Galleon Zamorian, I wonder. Needs to be communicated to patch some sort of announcement. Yeah, it is weird, isn't it? Thrall says this ain't the way it's supposed to be. That is the devs mocking their thing. I can't make Anna hate sunbathers. Yeah, wear your sunscreen. Zamorian, yeah. So Zamorian's at the Galleon. Yeah. Zamorian's at the Galleon. Kushite at the Den. Cimmerians at Mounds, Nordheimers at Azagarth. I wonder... And at Sepamaru, what did we have there? Zingarans, was it? Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. So they have changed the spawns. I don't know if they've changed the RNG on a tier 4. It was really weird that we got 3 tier 4s the first time we went to check at the galleon. But since then they've been very kind of Stygian. Oh, Stygian, yeah. Stygian here. Yep. That makes sense. Stygian's at the Stygian camp. So where do we get the Darfaris from? Have they added Darfari, like, bearer spawns? Where do we get Shemites? Can anyone think of any bearer spawns I haven't thought of? I don't think there's one at the Dregs, is there? At what the frick is it called? Skullkazen, thank you, game. I wonder if they've added more bearer spawns. Oh, there is one on the river, isn't there? There's one by Skittering Cavern. Dun, dun, dun. There isn't one down here. There's one by Skittering Cavern. Dun, doo 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 doo. Bum, ba da dum, da 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 da, da 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 da. There's one along here at this camp. Ah, new river music making me happy again. Flesh Terror Falls, that's it. There's one that spawns over here. Darfari, yeah. So is that the only place you can get a Darfari bearer now then, if you wanted a Darfari bearer? Dun 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 dun. I don't think there are any more bearer spawns. There's never been a bearer spawn in the summoning place in the past. Armourer. Cook. Fighters. Brute, dancer. There's the brute. So I don't think they've added any spawn locations that I can see. Sorcerer, brute. I mean, you can get bearers from purges, so you can get, presumably you can get any of them from a purge. So if you want to like farm the purge for bearers, you can do. I don't think there's any bearers like that spawn around here. Maybe in like a little mini camp or something, east, behind the summoning place. You're talking about the look at the clouds. They've made the clouds look different. I swear they have. They look different. The animation looks different. You're talking about what is it called? The cave. Oh, you're talking about here? There is a bearer here. Of course there is. Of course there is. We did come here earlier. You're right. You're right. Well done, peeps. There is a bearer that spawns here. Dono Thelpa. Yeah. So he must be a Darfari dude then. We didn't spawn him in, actually. Let's see how he does. So, Zamorian.
Yes, yes, the books are balanced. Sounds collected, everything adds up.
400. You'd expect him to have low health, being a Zamorian. Being a Darfari, sorry. Let's see what he gets. Follower damage. He gets 0.84. Which is still shit, isn't it? It's just not as shit as everybody else. Yeah. So he has less than the, like... less than the Cimmerian. More than the Cimmerian in damage modifier. Let's level him. 2000 HP. Unscientific, we only did one, but you can see how he compares. Interesting. Hello, Limitor. Hello, hello. Don't know, is he Nord? No, he must be Darfari. He doesn't look like a Darfari, but he's the one that we got. One across from the Sorcery Cave on the River Tomb. Yeah, that's where we went to just now, fighting Iron. Flesh Terror Falls. A high amount compared to the others. Which is in keeping with Darfari hit hard but have shit HP. Yeah, but they have been nerfed, haven't they? They've been nerfed after, like, last chapter. Your name makes me hungry. You're thinking about bread and lamb or something. Sheep. Sheep meat and bread. Why did Funcom nerf this area? By removing the Pit of Yog. By removing the Pit of Yog? Where? In the summoning place? There's no horses. Hello, Nefanel. Sheep meat is a town in Britain. No. There's the pit, isn't it? Pure look. Alright, lovely. No problem. Good to see you. Which one? Pit of Yog. Ooh. Well, interesting. More to explore. We didn't do a lot of purges, did we? That's Thrallist. Judging a Thrall by his appearance. Yes, I am definitely Thrallist. I mean, I have improved quality of life mod on my main game, so I don't care what they look like. I can change it. Got the drops. Nice, Joe. Glad to hear that. Well, it's been interesting, hasn't it? Am I going to stop here? I think I might stop here, people. Yeah, lots of changes. I'm kind of depressed, but that will be okay. You miss God beams from tier 3 altars and some way, but still miss it. Yeah, me too. It was a nice, like, late game to have multiple altars and kind of have the pretty beams, like, going up. But I guess they want to use them for events. I assume it also prevents lag, question mark? Had cheeseburger on sourdough would be a bad advice. Now I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry. I'm unconcerned. All right. Well, we're going to do some purge testing, more purge testing another day. We did do a bit of testing, very little, but we kind of ended up into a rabbit hole on Thrall changes. So yes, I will be back on Monday for some more streaming and some more Conan beta testing. Rainbow base beam me up. Yeah, I love the rainbow bases. They were lovely. All right, people. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate all the support on the stream. 5 shoot, nice, Nefanor. Thank you for the follows, bits, subs, gifted subs. Thank you for the tip. Appreciate you all. Yeah, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you follow on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my content over on the YouTube channel. I appreciate that. Love you too in a gay way, not fighting Iron. And yeah, join us on Discord and whatnot. Join our server if you want to. I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a lovely Sunday and whatnot.
Better check them